Hello, hello, hello. That's the last time you're going to see the Snoring Dog logo. Because we lost Hannah on Friday. I'm going to try and hold it together because I'm still a bit raw. But it's just making this video for the people who don't follow me on social media, who may not have known or may not know. But yeah, it was all happened so quick. It's and again, we're all a bit, well, sore about it really. It's the only best way to describe it. For those who don't know the story, we got Hannah back in 2017, shortly after Alex died. She was a Battersea rescue dog, Parson Russell, and we took her on, and she's been part of my videos with snoring since then and whatnot. We had dog cam, and now we do dog cam and empty space. So yeah, it all really happened quick. Now again, Hannah was she was found in the wild, and she had a bit of an odd relationship with food. Sometimes she'd eat, sometimes she wouldn't. She'd have a day on, day off sort of thing. Sometimes she'd eat regularly if the food, we'd have to change her food for her to like start eating again. So we put her down to being a bit of a fussy eater, and so she was always like that. And when we first got her, she wouldn't drink. I guess she was used to drinking out of puddles and having water when she needed it. And so it took us a long time to get her to really act like a dog. They reckon she was a ex-breeder, So her health, we always thought her health might be a little bit poor, and her teeth were in a terrible, terrible state, broken and chipped and yellowed, and again, and the likes you've never seen with a dog. But we took her on and gave her a home, part of the family. But yeah, last Friday she just stopped eating. She was just off her food, but in a way that was different. And so it was like, well, we'll take her to the vet on Monday, which we did. And we all kind of thought that maybe it was her teeth, because her teeth were in a terrible state, and she had again, if you touched her jaw, she'd kind of flinch. So we thought it was a tooth thing, because that's the first thing you would think of. So had drugs, she had antibiotics and painkiller, which I administered, and she still wouldn't eat and drink. So I was giving her liquids via a syringe and then porridge. I bought a big medical syringe, and I was keeping her going on porridge and some of her dog food, which I blended up, and she was having that, but there was no real recovery. And by Thursday I noticed that her paws and her ears were cold, and the gums were starting to lose their colour, and that's when you know that their circulation is kind of shutting down. So we took her in, and the vet kept her in overnight. Great it cost. I hope the insurance company settles this bill, because she's was fully insured. But you hope that you try and be the optimist. You hope that they can pull a miracle. But the next morning we got a call saying there's been no improvement. In fact, it's got a lot worse. Her blood tests were really bad, and it looked as if her kidneys had failed. So we made the decision to say goodbye that evening. Let the kids come home from school, and we all go there and say goodbye. And that was that was hard. That was really hard, because when we went in, she recognised us and she started crying out to us in the cage. They made her comfortable. She was on a soft bed and everything, but she saw us. Now, Hannah was never a dog to make a noise. She never barked. She might bark at another dog if we were out and it barked at her first, but she never barked indoors or cried or yelped, or she'd bark in her sleep and she'd snore. That was the first time we'd ever heard her vocalise, and it was a recognition, It was, oh, you're here. You didn't leave me. Of course, that set us all off. And you know, and we said our goodbyes, and I had to sign the form, and they administered it, and through the IV drip that she was on, and that was it, and she was gone. But her eyes were open and they were alive and sparkling, you know, and it was just, it's the worst thing, man. It's the worst thing ever. Because I don't think we had enough time, you know. She never had the chance to like get old, and I mean, she slowed down. The last 6 months I've noticed her slowing down, but you know, so we slowed down. Didn't go as far, stopped taking her as far for walks and everything, but this one's really fucking hard. It's a tough one, you know, because I just feel like it's just been too soon, you know, and it was really sudden. And like I said, the kids are finding it hard. Now, when Alex went, you know, it was long and drawn out because he was like 17 years old. We'd had him for 15 years, and he was 17. So even though we were sad and it broke us up, it was kind of, he had a good innings sort of thing, you know. So, you know, it was a different kind of experience, and this is, you know, that was a release. This wasn't, you know, because she was still there in her head, you know, she was still, you know, what's going on. She was very much present, and it's very traumatic. It's been very, very traumatic for us. I think we're all still, I am. We cleared the bedding today. Gonna put that in the bins. So yesterday I started again. Now everything's changed. This we're going on to the second part of his 2-part video. Because when Alex went, we just phoned up Battersea. We went on the website, phoned up Battersea, and got an appointment on the Sunday. You know, so we could go with the kids, and we met Hannah and made an application, and by the Tuesday she was ours. It was, you know, done. It was done. You know, it was quick. So we had a new dog within a week of Alex's passing, and I think it was a good way of healing, you know, because we had someone new to focus on, and it took our minds off that trauma. But this time around, of course, I don't know if it's to do with COVID or whatnot, but you can't make a point. You can't go and see dogs now. You have to apply. So I went to the Battersea website, and you can't look at the dogs anymore. Now, you used to, not that long ago, you could actually look at the dogs and still register your interest, but they've taken all the dogs off the website. I thought, okay, that's interesting. So I applied, and it's a lengthy 6-page application process, and they're going to match you to a dog, and they're going to tell you what you can have, and the process could take several months. I'm like, well, excuse me, I might not want a dog in 6 months, you know. So yeah, I left it at that, and the same process is like everywhere else. You have to kind of fill in a long application form, and you know, and hope for the best. You know, some they put you on a register, some you can put down a dog that you're interested in. But yeah, it seems a lot more litigious and a lot more expensive. Some of these places outside of Battersea are asking up to, what was it, £450 to rehome a dog. Now, when I got Alex, that was £75. When I got Hannah, £125, and you know, £450 for a dog who you're not really sure what their background is. I feel like I'm taking a gamble, you know, because sometimes you can get a dog that is not suitable. So I'm really not happy with things. And you know, I could go on, there are many websites, I could go and buy a pup for cheaper if I wanted to. There are also very expensive pups out there. There are also a lot of people who are giving their dogs up for not much money. You know, so I'm in a position here where I was hoping that, you know, Hannah goes Friday, Saturday morning, hit the phones, make an appointment. I'd be seeing a dog today with the family, you know. But as I've told to them, I don't know if we'd even get a dog before Christmas at this rate, you know. Not that I want it to be fast. I just want to feel like something's happening. I want something that, you know, our minds can be focused on. And again, we told stories of what it used to be like. You know, in the old days, you could go in a pet shop and just buy a dog. You know, no questions asked, no home checks. Again, many of these places now demand a home check or a virtual home check, and they keep going on about size of the garden. Now, our garden is a shared garden. It's not well fenced. I never have Alex or Hannah in that garden, because we've got big, wide, green, open spaces here and I never let them dog off a lead anyway. I'm not that kind of owner. I've never done that. Well, I did with Alex when we used to go on Jessel Green, because he didn't have the capability to run away. He'd waddle away. He was never a runner, unless it was a cat in the back garden. But I'm not a dog off the lead kind of person, so I'm worried that I'm going to fail at the first, the first thing. Everything's changed. Everything's more complicated. You know, and it's, despite having like 30 years of dog owning experience, it's everything seems awfully complicated. And you think with the internet that these dog rescue places, they're always complaining that we've had an upsurge in taking in dogs and there's not enough people rehoming dogs. Well, maybe if you didn't make it so bloody difficult and make it so bloody bloody expensive along with that, then more people would be willing to give it a go. And again, Battersea, you used to be able to go along, and I think they charged you £5 just to, have a look. If you just browsing, you could go and look at the dog and cattery for like £5, and they've taken that away. So they must be like losing money by stopping this. All of them, the RSPCA sites, you can't, these are all by appointment only. And you've kind of got to be vetted and put in an application form before you get to that stage. So, we're all. I'm fucking bereft. I'm as miserable as sin. You've got every right now in the comments to tell me how miserable I am, because I am miserable, because this is real life. This is not a fucking record. This isn't a bad Stephen Wilson record. This is real life, and this is what makes me miserable. So if you want to have a go at me, if you want to kick me while I'm down, use the comment section, kick away, for I'm at my lowest ebb. And that's it. That's just, again, this is just a video for people who want to know what's going on. Again, I don't know if I want to talk about this on Tuesday in a live stream environment, because I might just end up blubbing, and I don't think that's a particularly good look. That's why I've recorded this. I can hold it together better when I can always start again if I blub. So, there's no edits, but I just wanted to say how things were. No more snoring dog. Maybe I should go back on those videos and make a little loop I can play in the background. And she'll live on. Thank you for watching. This is Misery on a Sunday. And if we're lucky enough to find another companion, I'll let you know. But yeah, it's for the people who care. This is for the people out there who care. Thank you for watching, thank you for supporting, and thank you for being kind to me. Just hope I can, pull myself out of this misery, because I feel we all feel. It's just I tried so hard. But that's what you do. That's what you do when you love someone, and you try your best. Anyway, that was it. Ta-ta.